Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's stream. Today, our topic is being a VA volunteer. But before we begin, I want to remind everyone to smash the like button and follow us either on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. And also, I want to make sure that if you have any questions or from wherever you're watching, you can put them in the comment section and we will be able to see them in real time and answer you as soon as possible. So I want to welcome with me today. I have a voluntary service representative in Baltimore, Rosalind Gray, and joining us today are two volunteers, Linda and Helen? Um,
Hilda.
yeah. So welcome. Thank you for joining us today, and we are going to interview our volunteers to tell us why they are being VA volunteers. So let's start with Linda. Linda, thank you for joining us. How long have you worked as a volunteer at the VA?
Since 2019, 6 years.
6 years.
And yes, and I enjoy it.
And Helen, how long have you been volunteering?
Hilda. It's Hilda.
Oh, Tilda. I'm
Hilda.
sorry. How long have you been volunteering?
35.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh, 35 years. We have some that is definitely something to celebrate. So, ladies, what inspired you both to become volunteers? And we're going to start with Tilda because she's been the longest volunteer.
Yes.
So, what inspired you to volunteer at the VA?
Um, I started out as just a group that we would go to Fort Howard. But after starting, um, you become almost like family with them, with the veterans. And I guess I feel that they gave up so much for us. The least we can do is give up a few hours a week, to make things better for them.
So, in 35 years, has your volunteer tasks changed? Like, how has evolved? How has being a volunteer for 35 years evolved?
Well, we started out just monthly, and we were, like I said, at Fort Howard, and then we came here to Loch Raven when Fort Howard closed. And the veterans now, we not only do entertainment and bingos here at the lodge or at the VA, but they also come to our lodge. And when those veterans leave and they say, "We love coming here because you're like family," that means a lot. That means we're doing our job by making them happy.
What a wonderful way to walk in the world by making other people happy. So, Linda, what inspired you to volunteer at the VA?
I come to the VA with my husband. He's a disabled vet and Vietnam vet. And I saw this gentleman with a red vest on, and it happened to be Rodney. And I started asking him questions, and I was retired. So I said, "Oh, okay." He said, "Yeah, just going up to the sixth floor." I said, "Okay." And I went up and signed up. And then it started. And when everything, the fingerprints, everything were done, I started, and Rodney happened to be one of the individuals that trained me. And from that day on, we've been, really good coworkers and friends.
So, what are some of the things that you do at the VA? And you volunteer at the Baltimore VA Medical Center, correct?
At the Baltimore, yes.
So,
I,
what do you do as a
I,
volunteer?
as a volunteer, currently I'm escorting outpatients, inpatients to their appointments and all, and just try to put them at ease, when I'm volunteering and all. But it really gives you a good feeling. You get to, talk to people of all different, you know, all different lifestyles and things, and it's just nice. And when they talk to you back, and they feel a little easy, I think.
And so, Rosalind, as a volunteer service specialist, how can people who are listening or watching, how can they volunteer? Like if they, can they just say, okay, I'm going to volunteer today and start tomorrow? Is there a process? What, how can people begin volunteering at the VA?
Okay, so it's super simple. So for you can sign up online on the VA volunteer or donate page, and or you can just walk in Monday through Friday to the sixth floor at the Baltimore VA, or you can go to the Perry Point VA or the Lock Raven VA, Building 1 at Lock Raven, Building 15H on the second floor, and just see one of us, see one of the specialists. I'm the specialist here in Baltimore. We have Amanda and Brandy out at Perry Point and Pam Green at Lock Raven. And you can just fill out the application. It's not just an overnight, hey, I'm going to fill out the application and I'm going to start tomorrow. It's a process, but it's painless, I promise. You have to go through a background check and fingerprinting, as well as getting your TB blood drawn. Once all that is back, you get your assignment, you do an orientation, and then you start. So the process takes about I would say 2 to 3 weeks max, depending on when you can get your badge back from our PIV office. But it's painless, I promise.
All right, so everyone, it's painless to volunteer at the VA. So Tilda, you said you first started coming as a group. So are you like a individual volunteer now, or do you still come with the group? How does that work?
I'm still with the Elks, and we volunteer through the Elks.
You volunteer through the Elks.
Yes.
But if someone in the Elks wanted to just volunteer in addition to volunteering with the Elks, they would just volunteer as an individual.
Yes. Yes.
So talk about volunteering as a group. What is that like when you volunteer as a group?
Well, we have a committee, our veterans committee, and you always know if one is sick or can't show up, the others will, and they'll pick up the pieces and continue on to make that event, whatever it is that you're doing, a success.
Can you talk about some of the events that you've held and some of the entertainment that you've done?
Yeah,
as a volunteer as part of a group.
Yeah, we've had a husband and wife singing here. We've had puppet shows, bingos. We've even had crab feasts here. We used to bring the crabs and crab soup, and that was a big hit. Of course, a lot of this was way before COVID. So right now they're interested mostly, it seems like, in bingos.
So you basically gauge what you're going to do on what the veterans want. And
Yes.
At this point, we should remind everyone that at the Lock Raven, that's where our CLC is, which is assisted living and nursing home, long-term care. So do you essentially take your cues from the veterans as to what they want and need?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And Linda, as an individual volunteer, how do you determine, like the tasks that you're going to do? Like, for instance, when you first volunteered, did you give a list of your interests? Like, how did that come about where you ended up being an escort?
Well, at that time, I think Dave was here, and he asked me, did I mind going around to the veterans' rooms and providing them with books, maybe socks or whatever they needed. So I would go into the veterans' room and talk to them a little bit and that, as long as we were talking and, just being enthusiastic with each other, you get the person to talk to. That was really nice. And then there was a time I did the coffee and outpatients, which the veterans really like that. Something simple as, giving them coffee while they're waiting appointments. And then I start escorting because they were low one day, and I just start doing that. So that's what I mainly do. at the present time, taking them to their appointments, like I said, for outpatient and inpatients.
So volunteers do all kinds of jobs, basically.
Yes.
You're not sort of stuck in one thing. So as
Absolutely.
volunteers, and I hope you both can answer this, what do you want to say to other people about volunteering at the VA?
Well, volunteering at the VA, it's really rewarding when you get to talk to people from all walks of life, and they seem to appreciate you just giving them the time, just talking to them, and it's just fulfilling. I really enjoy it. So for people that are retired or just want something to do, come on and enjoy and join us for that.
And Tilda, after a 37-year run as a volunteer, what do you want people to know who might be like on the fence, not or even just looking for something to do?
I just recently had a friend start because she retired, and I wish I could remember her words, but she posted that it was one of the most rewarding things she had ever done, that you actually get more out of it than what you're giving. It is truly, as Linda said, fulfilling.
Well, that is very wonderful to hear. So, Rosalind, in addition to people who are retired, what are what are our volunteers like in addition to retirees? What other kinds of people volunteer?
Okay, so we also have a summer youth program. So we have some youngsters that are here during the summer. They have to be ages 15 to 17, and they are acting all over the medical center in our supply, in our warehouse, as escorts, in our inpatients, giving our veterans, the blankets and the water and transporting them to their appointments as well. We also have two high schools that we work in conjunction with, and they have like internship programs here. So you'll see the youngsters running throughout the medical center as well, a couple of days a week during the school year. And all walks of life. Younger, we have some 30, 30 plus year old veterans I see are coming in and they want to volunteer, all the way up to, we have volunteers in their 80s, which is amazing to me. And I just hope to be just as active as they are at that age. And I think it's wonderful. But of all ages, and we're rebuilding beyond COVID now. So we are definitely welcoming all volunteers, anybody who wants to come in, spend an hour or two, but 4 would be nice every day or every other day or whatever time you can give. Every minute counts.
So what do the volunteers get in return? Like if they spend 4 hours here, what can they expect? And also, when all those hours accrue, like I'm sure Tilda has many hours after 37 years, because I'm asking that because this is Volunteer Appreciation Week. So the overarching question is, how do we appreciate our volunteers, and do Tilda and Linda feel appreciated?
All right.
So
Well,
we'll start with Rosalind, and then we'll go to Linda and Tilda.
all right. So, so a few of the little perks or benefits, so to speak, are if the volunteer volunteers 4 hours in a day, they will be fed through our canteen. They get a meal ticket for every day that they volunteer for 4 hours or more. They will get a parking pass to park in the building, which, parking is prime here, but is no issue for our volunteers. So they would get the parking pass. And then as far as them accruing their hours, once they check in with me during the day to start their shift, I put them in our system, and then their hours just start building from there. And once they reach 100 hours, they receive a little gold pin. And then we do an appreciation um, lunch or appreciation ceremony for them during Volunteer Appreciation Week. And hang on one second. I know I have a pin here. I just want to give them an idea. After an hour, after they get their hours or so, they get a pin, and we have them accrued from 100 hours up to 5,000 hours. So we do make sure we keep track of that, and we just during this
Is it
week
5,000 hours a year, or is that a buildup?
this is cumulative. This is
Cumulative.
cumulative. Yes, this is cumulative. But yeah, but our hope is that they can commit to at least 100 hours during the year.
So, Linda and Tilda, what advice do you want to give to people who want to volunteer at the VA and who may not know what they're going to be in for when they come?
Well, for me, I think as a volunteer, the veterans just seem to appreciate you because I say in the morning, thank you for your service. No, thank you for yours. We appreciate you. And the staff always makes you feel special as well. So, and like I said, we have these ceremonies and all. We can put the pins like on our vests, and I like showing off because this is like a way to start a conversation with people because, oh, what's that for? And I said, oh, I got this pen, and then on this side, I have this. And they said, oh, you must have been working a long time. I said, no, but whenever the staff gives you something, you just want to show it all. And people seem to appreciate that. And most of the veterans are so nice that you take time to help them. Or where can I go for this? It's just, like I said earlier, it's really rewarding. And I like to talk. And it just helps me just feel much better. You're doing something to help. So, and our American heroes, I mean, God bless them. I just take my hat off to them all the time.
Tilda.
I agree. The staff, there's not a time that you are on your way out the door that you're not thanked by many people. But one of the things I guess that stick in my mind, last year, I broke my leg, and the veterans are used to coming to our lodge and having bingo and lunch. And so they knew that. So I got a call one day from the people down there and said, we have something here for you. Can we come to your house and deliver it? I said, yeah. The veterans had gotten together and sent me flowers because I broke my leg. And
Wow.
that touched my heart. I can't even tell you how much that they would think enough of me to do that. And like I said before, it's almost like family. So that warms your heart.
So, Roz, would you like to give the phone number for people who want to volunteer? I just put online the email for people to be able to volunteer or donate. But would you like to give the phone number for the Baltimore VA, and then they can get the Loch Raven number and the Perry Point number on that link?
Yes. So if you would like to volunteer out at here in Baltimore, you can reach me. I'm at 410-605-7102. Or Rosalia, if you could please put my email in the chat as well. That might be the easiest to reach me. Is ROSALIND.GRAY@VA.gov. Rosalind.gray@VA.gov. I carry my work phone with me, so if I'm downstairs in the canteen putting out a fire, I'll still get your email. So, which means you might not be able to reach me at my desk because I'm usually all over this building, but definitely shoot me an email and I will get right on back to you. And I'm looking forward to try to rebuild up our program here and get some more volunteers in. I'm looking forward to meeting any and everybody, and we'll go through the interview, and that's how we'll find out what your interests are and where you can be placed.
Well, all this sounds wonderful. So everyone out there, if you're listening, if you really want to make a difference in someone's life and in your own life, as Tilda has shown us and as Linda has shown us, if you want to make a difference in your own life too, volunteering at the VA brings many rewards. And you can contact Rosalind or click on the link. And also, if you do email Rosalind, she can give you the information to contact her colleagues at Loch Raven and Perry Point. So we hope you will come and join us and volunteer. And I want to thank the volunteers, Linda and Tilda, for joining us today, and also for joining us every day. Linda for 6 years and Tilda for 3 decades and plus. So thank you very much for all the time and energy and talent that you have given veterans and to the VA. So with that, we're going to say goodbye for now, but join us again on our next stream.
Thank you.
Mhm.